Hey everybody, I'm Player4885 here. Welcome to my 25 subscriber milestone, or whatever. Anyway, I've gotten 25 subscribers now, so I'm decided, you know what, I'm just gonna make a special video. So anyway, this is gonna be a little tips and tricks for MVM. Right now, I'm at the Halloween event where you start out with 5,000 credits. So yeah, I've turned off the sound of the game at the moment, so yeah, what the heck? Weird. Anyway, I'm basically going to tell you about a few good loadouts I found with the different classes, and the upgrades and what the classes should be doing. So anyway, let's go. First off, we have the Scout. The Scout his main job is to collect money and to mark for death the enemy. To mark the death for enemy, you either have to use the Fan of War, or you have to use the Sandman and upgrade it with 500 ball marks targets for death. Because 500 credits, and yeah. Basically, when you either hit an enemy with a ball or the bat, they are going to take mini crits until it lasts out. And that is definitely useful. For loadouts, for secondary, I would definitely suggest the Mad Milk, though I don't have it at the moment, because you can upgrade that to slow down targets. For primary, the Soda Popper and a Scattergun is definitely the best. The Force of Nature has a slow reload speed, which can be really annoying. And the Babyface's Blaster, I mean, you get all the bonuses from it by just upgrading your movement speed. That's all you really need. And finally, the Shortstop does very little damage, actually, and you can just get the firing speed for the Scattergun. The Soda Popper has a fast reload, and you can get the extra, you can get the extra height from it. Anyway, for upgrades, if you're using the Soda Popper, the first thing you want to do is upgrade clip size. You want to upgrade clip size twice, and then you want to get the ammo capacity. Then clip size twice again, and then ammo capacity. Then maybe projectile penetration. For the Sandman, you definitely want to get the ball from Mar for death with the ball. If you can't get that, however, you should start with a Fan of War. The Candy Cane can also be kind of useful, and the Atomizer is not a bad choice. But if there's gonna be a lot of soldiers or demos in the next wave, you shouldn't be using it. So yeah, the Scout has two main jobs, and that is first to collect money, and second to mark for death the giants. Collecting money is definitely, it helps, of course, having the extra money for your team, and it also gives the Scout health when he collects money. He gets health, and he also has a little money magnet on him, and that definitely is useful. Doing that, I have often gotten over 700 HP as a Scout. That is pretty sick. So yeah. Next, Mark for Death the Giants. They take mini-crit damage with the Mark for Death, and that is definitely really useful. So yeah. In the start of a regular wave, I would usually go for movement speed and the to be upgraded at first, so you can collect money faster. If you're using the Soda Popper, however, you should get the clip size first, so you get that extra third shot, which can be useful. What more? I think that was everything for Scout. So basically, Soda Popper or Scattergun, Mad Milk, and the Sandman, starting with the Fan of War until you have enough and you want to upgrade the Sandman to for death. So that was it. Next, we have the Soldier. For Soldier, I would definitely suggest that for primary, you should either use the Beggar's Bazooka, the Black Box, or the Cow Mangler 5000. Those are the best. Beggar's Bazooka has an insane, is really good because it can unleash all those rockets at once really fast. And the Black Box gives you health. If you get the firing speed and clip size on the Black Box very high, and you will get almost infinite health. I prefer though using the stock rocket launcher a lot because of that I have the robots destroyed, but also because I like just it. And the common angler isn't half bad because you get infinite ammo with it, but still, it's not the greatest. For secondary, the best is definitely the buff banner because those mini crits definitely is useful. Plus, that gives mini crits to anyone on your team nearby. This is very useful if you team up with an engineer. For melee weapon, you can just choose whatever you feel like. I would suggest either maybe the escape plan or half Satoichi maybe, but the half Satoichi is kinda a problem if you don't get the kill. Then you're kind of useless for your team. As a soldier, a good idea can be to team up with a friendly engineer. What I like to do on Cold Town, for example, is if we have an engineer, I often have it on Cold Town, for example. For engineer, you place the sentry here, and you place a dispenser here, and you get the dispenser range. Then I always stand up here around as a soldier, and I just spam those rockets. When my range is full, I activate it, and the engineer, maybe using the Wrangler, gets his sentry gun, gets mini crit damage, which is really, really powerful. And that is definitely useful. So yeah, a medic is really useful too. But yeah, as a soldier, you mainly just want to stick around with your teammates so they can get the buff bonus, and yeah, just kill robots, basically. Yeah, as a pyro, next we have the pyro. As a pyro, the first thing I always, and I mean always, upgrade is the air blast force. For weapons, I would suggest either the degreaser or the stock flamethrower would be your best bet. The backburner can be kind of useful, but the fact that you take so much ammo for the air burst is definitely a major problem. For secondary, I would say the shotgun or the flare gun is definitely the best, because the flare gun does critical damage, and if you get the reload speed up on that and the ammo capacity, it definitely is useful. For melee weapon, I like using the postal pummeler for just the extra crits. But I prefer the shotgun though. The shotgun is definitely useful for enemy pyros, and it definitely is useful, for example, at tanks. Yeah. As a pyro, the air blast force is definitely useful. Both in all the maps, you can use your air burst, for example, to push an enemy that is carrying the bomb, unless they're a giant, into different areas. Cold Town, which is now in Halloween mode, have this pit right here and this pit right over here. So if an enemy is carrying the bomb and they come by, you can just air blast them right in there, and bam, they fall down and you reset the bomb. It's actually an achievement for this, and that is really useful. And that is, trust me, that is going to help you a lot. Resetting the bomb, it's close to the bomb delivery, and you can just air blast the enemy right away. Just let him pick up the bomb, then you air blast them, and bam, the bomb is going back. Get him in the hole, bam, they're gone. On decoy, there's the bridge that connects two pieces of land, I guess you can call it, where basically you basically, yeah, they get reset and they have to go a bit further. The same is kind of with the manworks. Yeah, so the pyro's main job is to take care of spies and resetting the bomb. For the air blast force and ammo capacity is definitely useful. Getting resistance is very useful, and become uber charged is definitely something good with the canteen. I'll definitely say that. So yeah. Yeah, I guess. For Demo Man, there's two types of Demo Man. You have the Demo Knights and the regular Demo Man. Both of them are really, really good. If you're deciding to go Demo Man, regular demo man, the grenade sticky launcher is definitely the best. With it, you want to get first, you want to get the firing speed up, so you can, you know, place those bombs when someone is chasing you. And then, of course, you want to get the reload speed. The one thing you don't ever want to bother upgrading is the clip size, because though you upgrade the clip size, I'm going to show you here, it does not make it so you get more bombs so you can have it out. Wait a minute. It does not make it so you can have more bombs out. So, let me show you. That's it. And here you go. It doesn't work, which is bad, obviously. So you don't want to get that. You want to get the damage, firing speed, and reload speed is what you mainly want to get. Ammo capacity is also very good, and health on kill, and then the damage. The damage costs 500 on this, so yeah. For Demo Knights, I would definitely suggest that for the shield you should use the charge and charge, so you get the extra defense. For the sword, if you're going to upgrade it, the first thing you always should upgrade is the 2-second crits on kill, because you charge in, you kill somebody, and then BAM! You get the crits. Then, you do 195 damage, and BAM! You just kill, 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 you have 5 heads, you're super fast, and you have tons of HP. And that is really useful. Team up with a crit screen medic. If you're using the sticky launcher, you can get crit stickies in the beginning, which definitely is useful. For regular demo man, for melee weapon, you really just choose whatever you use. I just use the duplicator because it works. So yeah. For primary, definitely you want to use either the grenade launcher or lock and load, because the bootlegger and Alibaba Wee Booties really is rather useless with this. Though it is kind of fun to go demo knight. So yeah. Next we have the heavy. The heavy has I don't know. The best weapons I like to use is the minigun, the sandwich, and the gloves of running urgently. The minigun has the most has good firing speed and has a very good So yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, as I was saying, the best is the minigun, sandwich, and the gloves of running urgently, in my opinion. The minigun has a very fast spin-out time, and it has the best firing speed, and it does have a pretty good ammo. Though Natasha is definitely useful with the slowdown, the damage and the slow spin-out time definitely is a problem. The brass piece makes you insanely slow, and it really has a slow spin-out time. Though the damage is definitely useful. The Hulung heater just it eats through your ammo. Though you get tons of ammo, you're quickly going to lose it. The sandwich is just there to, well, help you get HP back when you need it. And the gloves of running urgently is just there to get you out in the battlefield fast. Though, of course, if you don't need them, then the Fist of Steel is definitely the best second choice, because they make you take less damage from, well, most things. As a heavy, what you want to upgrade first, I guess, is either knockback rage or firing speed. That's definitely, those two are definitely useful. The knockback rage, though, actually you should upgrade that only when you get an upgrade 2. So the first thing, I guess, is either health on kill or firing speed. You definitely want to get the refill clips, unless you have an engineer that you can camp with. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do with the heavy, because I never actually play him. But, yeah. Yeah. Anyway. So. Ja, ha det. Sorry about that. Next we have the engineer. For the engineer, I would say that actually the Ponson, the Wrangler, and the Jag is the best. The Ponson is useful because it has the great range. The Wrangler is, of course, useful because, well, your sentry has a limited amount of range, and the jag is just useful for to build up your sentry. Gunslinger, if you use that, you're just a downright fucking idiot. So, yeah. For upgrades, the first thing you always, and I mean always, should do is get the dispenser range. That is so freaking useful. Just get it to the max and then get your buildings upgrade. Just start with that. In the Cold Town event thing, you get everything here, and then attack speed, and then still have 2 building upgrades. So yeah, the engineer has a special building upgrade, which basically it levels up all his buildings that it is built to the max. You definitely want to get the attack speed on your wrench very high up, because that's going to definitely help you when they start being annoying. Two-way teleporters is also a very good thing, because then, well, you don't need to make an entrance and an exit teleporter complicated. You can just make them regular and you can go through both. Max metal capacity is also very useful. An extra disposable sentry is kind of useful, but that's, in my opinion, lesser importance. It is definitely useful, but still. Center firing speed, definitely useful. Yeah. Also, the engineer has a metal regen ability, which basically he regenerates metal a second. Every 5 seconds, he regenerates up to 25 metal. So that's kind of useful, but I don't really use it. For starters, what you always want to do is you make an entrance right here, and you just, or you know, where you spawn, and then you just find a good place. On Cold Town, definitely what I always do is, as I said before in the video, I place it here. Make sure it's there. Make sure it's here and not up there, because then you're gonna have a problem jumping up on it. Then I place my dispenser here. Now, soldiers and heavies and snipers can stand up here, for example, and just get infinite ammo and other things. And then I, of course, place my teleporter. When it comes to a mini sentry, for the bonus sentry you get, which is a mini sentry, depending on what I do, I either place it here, in this corner here, or I place it up here, because it has a good range for those who pops in and they can't really do anything. So yeah, there and here, that's where you should do it. Definitely getting a crit resistance can be useful for giant crit boosted soldiers, because definitely whenever I haven't upgraded that, then I'm usually getting screwed. Yeah, now for primary, really anything is better than the stock shotgun. Frontier of Justice gets you crits, Widowmaker get infinite ammo, and the Thompson, well, it has the great range, and it has, you know, you can lower enemy medics' Uber, so they can't Uber all the time. And that is definitely useful. Though, you know, usually I don't like it because it's just a spam little bull crap. I still don't get why Valve put it in. But anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, you just stand here, you wrangle when it gets low, you just hit it. And with this fast attack speed, you can get it really, you can upgrade really fast, and you get to I don't know, what the fuck ever. So yeah, that was engineer. Medic. As a medic, the best loadout, I think, is the Blood Soldier, the Kritzkrieg, and the Ubersaw. Enough said. The Blood Soldier is useful because you can get the health from hits, which definitely helps a ton. The Kritzkrieg, well, the crits is insanely useful, and it is just lethal to the tanks. And the Ubersaw just helps getting up the Uber. If you're going to use the Blood Soldier, the first thing you definitely want to upgrade is the health regen, because, well, then you don't have any downsides from using the Blood Soldier, and you're still regenerating health. You definitely want to get the Uber charge up, and the Uber duration maybe. Heal rate and max overheal is definitely my priorities. I usually I usually don't actually use the canteen, so I don't usually get the share power-ups. But if I don't have anything else to use, then I of course get it. Definitely, as a medic, you want to get the resistance according to what kind of enemies comes up next. crit resistance and fire resistance in Cold Town events is definitely a high priority to get in the beginning. So yeah, for Cold Town events, I always get full Uber duration, full Uber charge rate, and full overheal and heal rate. Then I get full crit resistance and fire resistance, and then I just get 3 of the health regen. So I health regen a lot. It's really useful, though, of course, unless you have, if you don't have a heavy, demo man, or soldier, then you definitely shouldn't use it at all. So yeah, Kritzkrieg, it's definitely best. Medigun, it can be kind of useful, but the crits are definitely much better. The quick fix, okay, if you use this thing, then you're just a downright idiot, because you can get all the plus sides with the quick fix on the Medigun and the Kritzkrieg. So yeah, then you're just a dumbass. Next we have the Sniper. The Sniper, okay, what you should use for Sniper is either stock Sniper, I'm using the Golbach Killer, the Hitman's Heatmaker, or the fucking Machina, or Machina, whatever you call it. Don't use the Huntsman, don't use the Sydney Sleeper. If you're going to use either of them, don't bother going Sniper at all. Okay? Then you have the Buzzer Bargain. It's really a dumb idea. For best weapons, the Jarate and the Bushwhacker is definitely useful. If you're going to go Sniper, one condition: you have to be good with headshots. If you're good with headshots, then you're good, okay? The first thing you want to get, I always get, is faster charge. After that, I get reload speed, then I get explosive headshots, then I get the damage, and then I get the projectile penetration. Sometimes I get the speed on target if I have enough money. You don't really need too much here, except for health regen maybe. Big crit resistance couldn't be too bad, and blast resistance isn't that bad either with those soldiers. Ammo capacity can be a good idea. Health on kill, you don't really usually need it. The explosive headshots are insanely lethal. The Sniper is best at taking out giants because with full damage on the headshots, he does 900 damage a shot. Yeah, dead fucking serious. So, unless you can do pretty good headshots, don't bother going Sniper. Finally, Spy. Best loadout, by far, L'Étranger, Canary vs. Kunai, Dead Ringer, whatever the fuck you use as a sapper, because it really doesn't freaking matter. The reason, the Canary vs. Kunai starts you off with 60 HP, but since the robots are so fucking idiots, you can easily just get a backstab and bam, you're up to 180. When it comes to the Dead Ringer, usually I don't actually use it. I prefer the stock Cloak Watch, but with this, often when I'm backstabbing enemies, then you know they start turning around and then they just spam at you. Unless you have the Dead Ringer, you're pretty much screwed unless you've already cloaked, which usually it's unlikely that you have. The L'Étranger is just there to give you the extra health or the extra cloak for it. The first thing you always want to get is movement speed. Then you want to get attack speed on your knife and armor penetration. And robot cyber power can be useful too. There's only 2 reasons I would go Spy. Either because there's going to be Metal Fist Heavies, which basically does almost no damage at all from anything really, or for to take out giants and medics. Except for that, there's not really any point of going Spy. He can do pretty lethal amounts of damage, doing 750 damage backstab to a giant on maximum armor penetration. But except for that, nothing really is any point of going Spy. So yeah, I guess I wasn't too useful here. So let's recap. Scout for collecting money. Soldier for most things really. Pyro to reset the bomb. Demo Man for like soldier most things, heavy for most things, engineer for to give and your team a great amounts of help with the ammo and health, and having dealing tons of damage with his sentry gun, medic for the extra crits and the overhealing power of his medigun, sniper for to take out giants, spy to take out giants and medics, and steel fist heavies. So yeah, that was it for this. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment if there's anything you wonder about MBM. Tell me in the comments below. And yeah, pretty sure I did a lot of stuff wrong in this that I probably should have put in, and a lot of things I let out. But whatever, it's me. What do you expect? So yeah, see you guys next time. Peace.